This is Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. Here, Lori delivers information from the Mastery Realms related to astrology, planetary influences, energy surges, and generally how we are evolving. She connects with angels, guides, ascended masters, astro beings, and those that come forward with messages to help us on our journey. Welcome, everyone, to Messages from the Universe podcast.
Hello, this is Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. Seems like everyone is talking about change. Change about the season, change about jobs, change about life. When is change happening to me? We're in this cycle where everything is moving. And normally in the fall season reminds us of change. Fall in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere. It's Mother Earth's most visible clue that even her and all that live on this planet change. So whether you are in releasing or you're sprouting new growth, it's all about change. Trees release their leaves in fall and bloom in spring. Well, what season are you aligned to in your life right now? Do you feel that you're losing your leaves, or are you blooming new buds? Maybe you're in the season of growth or the season of rest and planning. Change really is the only consistent thing in the universe, but where might you be within change? When we make decisions, it changes the frequency emitted into the general field of energy that then becomes your new world vibration. It's not even the action, it's the emotion of the decision, the vibration of the decision that vibrates outward. The action comes after the decision. The decision comes after the emotion. And because everything is energy, the universe knows this, and it's in a ready state. If you've ever experienced or had the experience where you know, like your best friend is going to call you or somebody's about to call and then they do, you might think, is that premonition? Is it a connection so close to your friend that you know that that's when they're going to call you? Or are you tuned into the vibration of the universal state of ready? By the time you anticipate your friend is going to call you and you say or think your friend is going to call you, you're right. Because your friend has already decided to call you. You're picking up the energy of change. Just as the universe picks up the energy of change or the energy of fear or doubt or hesitation or determination, it also picks up love, calm, excitement, and all the other complex human emotions we have. As you change internally, the external work changes to align. Decisions change the frequency emitted into the field, which then becomes your new world vibration. And stress doesn't come from what's going on in your life. It comes from your thoughts and your emotions about what's going on in your life. Stress in itself can create change, especially when we make the decisions to stop the situation that's bringing the stress. Emotions, beliefs, those all can change how we evolve. If you believe you're going to be all right through any change or any season of change, then you will be, because you're putting that vibration, that energetic vibration out into the universe. It might not look or feel like what you hoped or you anticipated, but if you believe you'll be all right, then you will be all right, because the universe is in ready state for you. The quickest way to do this is evolution through the heart to change your mind. Feel you're going to be all right, and that has such a strong momentum that emotion will drive the action to being all right. That vibration that you're putting out into the universe, I will be all right, then creates the reality of what you'll experience. Fear or failure can drive the action from that emotion to failure, doubt, hesitancy, and of course more fear. I'm often asked how one can embrace change, especially when you know that the only thing that is consistent is change. Well, the universe knows there is more to you than what you've already done, and it's going to give you experiences to discover more about yourself, including how to handle change and all the emotions and actions leading up to change and all the things leading into the next change. So embracing change is knowing there will always be more and you'll be all right. Technology reminds us that the world is a constant change. We seem to adapt to new features and upgrades to all our systems, our computers, our phones, The technology that we have, we just live in every day, is also in a constant state of change. In that reflection, it is what the universe and life is doing to us all the time. Nights, weekends, holidays, we get upgrades, and then we're left to deal with it. Change is good. I don't think I'm telling you anything that you don't already know, but in this world of constant change, there's a way to embrace it comfortably. And how comfortable are you with embracing change that is never the same? Do you fall into that place of stress and anxiety when you're faced with change? Do you look at what season of change are you in? Is it the beginning? Is it nurturing? Is it the harvesting or healing? Or is it the resting and planning season? In those seasons, you know you're different today than you were last week. And next week, you will be different than you are today. And how you got from a week ago today, and then from today to a week from now, makes all the difference in how you live your life. What things do you make up? Stories that you might tell yourself to survive? Or do you embrace change and run forward into it with excitement? When you know you're going to be all right, you don't carry stress with you. You have more courage and faith and success. In those spaces that change can create stress, there is a chemical component to stress that changes our auric field. Or if we look at change as creating opportunity, there is also a chemical component of that opportunity too. So how does that look on us? Well, I love to look at people's auras and to study them. I know that stress, when we perceive a stressful circumstance and we feel threatened, or it threatens us in some way, one for which we cannot predict or control the outcome, it's a primitive nervous system called the sympathetic nervous system that turns on, and the body mobilizes an enormous amount of energy in response to the stressor. Physiologically, the body is automatically tapping into the resources it will need to deal with the current danger. Pupils dilate so we can see better. The heart rate and respiratory rate increases so we can run, fight, or hide. More glucose is released into the bloodstream to make more energy available to our cells. Our blood flow is shunted to the extremities and away from our internal organs so that we can move quickly if we need to. The immune system initially dials up and then dials down as adrenaline and cortisol flood the muscles, providing a rush of energy to either escape or fend off the stressor. Circulation moves out of our rational forebrains and is instead relayed to our hindbrains, so we have less capacity to think creatively and instead rely more on our instinct to instantly react. But being in a state of worry or replaying a stress event continues this process. That's been widely studied. That's physical. But I look at the auric bodies. What happens when we experience stress and those physical energies have already kicked in? Well, the etheric body, that's that second layer of ours, that skin of our energy field, the little energy field that's just beyond our physical body. It feeds us information about me and they. And this auric field begins to contain holes. And we have this difficulty of understanding our inner world and our outer world. We begin to lose the ability to differentiate between mine and yours. And it begins to feel like you're taking it all on. All the emotions are mine and yours. There's no separation. You feel everything. And that begins the process of the chakra system in the body. It slows down or it even stops to self-preserve. Then the next layer is the emotional energy body. And that's the emotional layer. That's the keeper of your feelings. It's here where both fear and celebrations reside. Feelings are gathered and explode in the space of rawness. Well, we begin to shut down emotionally. And the first thing we do is disconnect from other sources of emotions, meaning other people. The emotional body, which is where we manifest from, retreats or flattens or it hides. It actually moves into survival mode. It hunkers down. Emotions can be out of control or there simply are none. The chakra energy points for our identity, security, expression, intelligence, and intuitive spirit, and our basis for how we live is altered. The universe will begin to interject to wake us from this state. This is where we begin to feel sick. The mental energy body. The mental energy body, that's the next layer beyond the emotional body. This is our belief system, and our beliefs are stored here. This is where our thoughts are assimilated and sorted out. It is where ideas evolve to the outer energy fields. In this layer, our personal truths, or rather our perceptions based on our experiences, are stored. This is where fear, doubt, overwhelm creeps in. We move into analysis paralysis and further shut down from any or all opportunities that the universe may present. Nothing presented to us filters in. This is where we begin to say, oh, I tried that. It won't work. Nothing will work. Now, the next layer beyond the mental body is the spiritual or astral energy body. And the spiritual layer of the human energy field is the final layer. It has been said to be the place where our consciousness or our higher awareness resides. We begin to lose our connection to our soul journey, soul purpose, and the divine outer light that is always there to assist us. So living in stress is living in survival, but it messes up all layers of our being. But what happens if we look at change as an opportunity and we generate excitement from that, or calmness and confidence, and it creates an expansion shift in our auric bodies? It does not create stress, but it creates excitement. So when a person is in this state, well, how do I see their auric field? First of all, there's a glow about them. The etheric field, that energy body that's just outside the physical body, well, that becomes strong and full, and it ebbs and flows with the world's energy around them. It's adaptable and flexible, and it puts the physical body into a state of willingness to help, to be curious, to stay and not flee. And there's this aura of peace and calm and light around the physical body. Well, what happens to the emotional body when we look at change as an opportunity and we generate excitement? Well, the emotional body gets the signal of curiosity, and which causes the index section of our emotions to kick in and be ready for a compass upgrade. We're looking for what action to take. We're looking to take the action in advance. Where can we help, or where do we need to maybe or want to continue to observe? But there's no threat. In this state of being curious, we can explore and be selective of our emotions. They are more responsive and reflective and not reactive. We remain calm, healthy, loving, and our emotional field expands outward in courage, love, nurturing. It stretches out to meet the universe. It doesn't collapse. And the mental body, well, that registers the actions and tests a few new actions and results, and it feeds that information back to the emotional layer for registration in the index. This is how we shift. Beliefs are triggered and expanded into new creative actions, outcomes, and that creates momentum and growth. That is communicated back to the emotional field, and we feel that we are in the flow. We feel supported and that we can explore something new. We feel that we are on track and we want more. This desire to explore something new then triggers the gateway to the spiritual astral energy body, and we tap into messages that generate higher awareness, new learnings of out there and in here, and we have a deeper understanding of our interaction with the out there stuff and the in here stuff. We do this magical dance. We understand that we are connected as one, and it feels good. And at this point, your aura is really glowing. You have this deep desire to reach out more, seek more information, more love, more of the good sources of energy. You just feel overall good, and it shows in your physical body, your etheric field, your emotional field, your mental field, and certainly the connection in the astral and spiritual areas. And then the universe gives you more because you've put yourself in the ready state, and the universe hears that, feels that, communicates to you and with you about that. The goal is be slow to fear and quick to love. Pause from always knowing to allowing space to learn new. Be ready to connect deeper with more understanding. And that's just because you looked at change as an opportunity without feeling it was forced upon you or without feeling stress about it. And you knew and told the universe, I'm going to be all right. Things can be limitless if you take off the limits and trust. All will be all right. The universe has opportunities for you to experience, explore, and grow from, more than you could ever plan for. And when you're done with one of those at a time, just like great dessert, there will always be more because the universe is abundant. It's forever changing. I'm Lori Wondra. Thank you for listening. Shine through the opportunities. I'm sending the energy of peace, love, joy out to all of you.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe podcast with Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. For current events or to schedule a private session with Lori, please visit yourlifecore.com.